Good afternoon, Belize. It's midday, and you're tuned into the news at noon, where we bring you the latest updates from around the country. I'm Isana Cayetano. Here's what's making headlines today. Esperanza resident Zeldon Thompson is killed in botched supermarket robbery. Good Governance Unit engages Immigration and Labor Ministry after cabinet shakeup. BEL linesmen back home after critical post-hurricane mission in Jamaica. And Trinidad and Tobago Prime Minister calls CARICOM dysfunctional and defiant. These stories and more are coming up in just 1 minute.
Every night, I bring you the stories that matter, delivering the facts with professionalism and heart. As an anchor, my goal is to keep you informed, connected, and engaged with the world around us. But the news isn't just about the headlines. I'm Sabrina Daly, and each week we look on the bright side with stories that inspire, uplift, and celebrate the strength of our community. Join me every night as we uncover stories that inform, inspire, and connect us. I am News 5.
Welcome back. We begin this afternoon with a deadly turn of events in the Cairo district. A young man's life cut short in what police say was a robbery gone wrong. 21-year-old Zeldon Thompson, a resident of Esperanza Village, was fatally shot over the weekend after allegedly attempting to rob Anna's supermarket in Santa Elena town. Reports indicate that Thompson entered the establishment armed and demanded cash. In a sudden escalation, the store owner fought back, pulling out a licensed firearm and opening fire. Thompson was struck multiple times in the left rib cage and knee. He died shortly after. Authorities say this incident underscores a troubling trend, a spike in armed robberies across the country during the Christmas season. Police are urging businesses and residents to remain vigilant. Meanwhile, another violent robbery was caught on camera over the weekend. Surveillance footage shows two men storming a gaming shop and brutally attacking the owner, an Asian national, behind the counter. The video captures the vicious beating before the struggle spilled into the gaming area. Police are reviewing the footage as part of an ongoing investigation. As the holiday rush continues, law enforcement warns that desperation and crime often go hand in hand. They're calling on the public to report suspicious activity and prioritize safety. At the start of the weekend, the Good Governance Unit sat down with Tanya Santos, the CEO for the Immigration and Labor Ministry. Leading the discussion was Director Cesar Ross, who used the meeting to lay out the unit's plans moving forward, especially in light of the recent cabinet reshuffle. The goal is to keep ministry officials in the loop and ensure everyone's on the same page as the new agenda takes shape.
Today we are here to discuss, to present ourselves to our new CEO and to discuss our way forward, what our agenda will be for the upcoming months and for the upcoming years. We are charged particularly with looking at policies of good governance and introducing a good governance agenda, whether it's embracing policies from the Plan Belize or the medium-term development strategies, from UNCAC's recommendations, which is the United Nations Convention Against Corruption, or from MESISIC, which is Inter-American Convention Against Corruption under the OAS. Okay, what we're laying out is what are the deliverables that can be developed and delivered in the short term and the long term when it comes to looking at policies, when it comes to looking at improving transparency, accountability, and responsiveness by the different government agencies and the different government ministries. There are certain recommendations both from the Plan Belize and the medium-term development strategies that have been endorsed by UNCAC and MESISIC actually, things like a Whistleblowers Act, promoting and pushing through a Whistleblowers Act to protect people who want to report corruption at any levels of governance. There is also, for instance, the recommendation to introduce certain campaign finance legislation and policies that would make it much more clear how political parties and how elections are better coordinated in Belize.
Belize Electricity Limited is celebrating the return of a team of line workers who just wrapped up a critical mission in Jamaica. The crew left Belize on November 12th to help restore power after Hurricane Melissa slammed the island, knocking out electricity for hundreds of thousands of people. Led by line supervisor Tyrone Reynolds, The team, including Karim Lopez, Per Tillit, Ethan Alvarado, Vladimir Alvarez, Adolfo Oliva, and Kendall August, worked shoulder to shoulder with crews from across the Caribbean under CARILEC, the Regional Utility Alliance. Their job was to build service lines and support Jamaica Public Service as recovery efforts pushed forward. BL says it's proud of their dedication and sacrifice, calling this another example of Caribbean unity in times of crisis. Today, these men are back home, enjoying a well-deserved week off. There is major fallout in the Caribbean after Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Kamla Persad-Bissessar broke ranks with regional leaders over U.S. visa restrictions. In a fiery statement, Persad-Bissessar slammed CARICOM, calling the bloc, quote, dysfunctional, and declaring that Trinidad and Tobago is not on board with its position. The controversy stems from Washington's December 16th decision to tighten several visa categories for foreign nationals. While CARICOM criticized the move, Persad-Bissessar defended it, saying the U.S. have every right to act in its own best interest. And she didn't stop there. The Prime Minister accused CARICOM of being, quote, not a reliable partner, warning that cracks in the organization could lead to its implosion. She cited poor management, factional divisions, and even meddling in domestic politics as reasons for what she calls rot within the organization. That's a wrap for the news at noon. But don't worry, there's plenty more coming your way at 6 p.m. We'll dive deeper into these stories and more. In the meantime, visit greaterbelize.com and follow us on Facebook for real-time updates. And don't miss Open Your Eyes tomorrow morning for fresh takes on today's headlines. Thanks for tuning in, Belize. Stay informed, stay inspired, and have a fantastic afternoon.